Hello, I'm Angie with Wolfgang's Vault, and I'm here with Paula Cole, who just did a beautiful 3-song session with us. Just get started. You're touring on a new record, Ithaca, and it's been a few years since your last album, and this is sort of a change in direction for you. The style's a little different. How's the response been so far?
It's been wonderful, thanks, Angie. Ithaca kind of is a smattering of a lot of what I do, but it really harkens back to my older kind of rock roots. Mm-hmm. Whereas the last album, Courage, was a little more jazz-inflected. Ithaca is a return to kind of who I am, basically.
What are some of the themes and kind of ideas behind Ithaca?
Well, I called it Ithaca because it really did feel like I had endured this Odyssean journey in my life of taking a long 8-year hiatus from the music business, enduring my daughter's asthma and having to take care of her, and divorce, personal things that were really hard. So I kind of relate to that metaphor of going out into the world and feeling beat up and trying hard to come home to my home, which is Rockport, Massachusetts, like Odysseus did, and coming back home after his 10-year effort to come back to Ithaca. I love the word too, Ithaca. So I don't know, that feels like where I was in my life, and the songs are written out of that time.
What a great theme for an album. I mean, all that self-discovery and, it's great.
Yeah.
Returning to your roots.
I have to sound so lofty and literate, but I don't think I
am. So you had taken, your daughter was born in 2001, and then
Yes.
you took some time off until Courage was released in 2007. During that time, certainly the music industry went through a lot of changes. What was it like getting back into things in that time?
I still feel like I'm trying to figure it out, because the music business
Everyone
is changing and atrophying right before our eyes. Or I shouldn't say, it's mutating into something else. Music will endure because it must, because it's this primal need for humans, right? I mean, we have to be around our collective campfire and bond and heal and feel our feelings through music. We need to do that. So one way or another, we will do it. And even if, a physical product is going to be an obsolescent art form, I will still perform live, because that's what I must do. I must do it from my heart. So yes, I straddle this pre-internet and post-internet. I had a career kind of pre-internet boom, and now I'm out here again. And it feels more niche. It feels humbler, for me. That's okay, though. I feel like the fans are there for all of the songs, not just the hits, or they know it's more than just like Dawson's Creek and Where Have All the Cowboys Gone. But so, I'm just kind of being me and plugging through and being very zen about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's great. You like to tour, because that's how, it's a sustainable way of...
Not always, but yes.
you make do with it.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges that you find of being on the road and the ways you can cope?
I have this 50-pound suitcase. I literally have to take my boots out to make it 50 pounds at the airport. And I'm just so bloody tired of carting that thing around. It's like a body, you know. So, I am a nester. I love my home. So it's funny to me that it's so extreme. I go home and I really don't go out. I nest. And I'm a mom, and I do drop off, and I chaperone field trips, and then I come out here and I'm with my fellas, and we are troubadours, and going through America in the van, or the bus or the plane or whatever it is. But
it's two good lives to balance, though.
Yeah,
your home
very
life.
different.
How does the presence of your daughter inform your music now? I'm sure she has a role in sort of your creation.
Mommy, stop singing.
That's what it is. You leave it again?
Let me please find a private moment so I can go sing. It's much more compartmentalized, whereas before in my 20s, it was this long dream space. Oh, I could stay up till 4 a.m. In fact, midnight to 4 a.m. was totally my most plugged in, inspired times. Well, those days are gone, and now it's compartmentalized, and that's fine. I am a more efficient person. I'm sharper, because I have to do more in a shorter amount of space. I feel like I'm more finely tuned. I don't know. Did I answer that question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I understand that you're a very autobiographical writer. What are some of the ways that you find catharsis through music? I mean, maybe that's a general question, but...
No, it's all right. I'll try to flow with it. I have been asked to write for other people. Whether they use the songs is another matter. Like Don was asked me to write something for Solomon Burke, who just recently passed away. I've had my songs covered by people, and that is wonderful to know that even though I wrote them from this very personal, private space, that it still works
It's
for
universal.
other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's personal, universal. For me, I'm here, this overly sensitive person who feels inept in this fast-moving world. Sometimes I struggle to find my emotions. I struggle in the world like we all do. And songs kind of help me find myself. They help me find my center, my feelings. So the songs literally sometimes inform my life instead of my life informing the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll be in this kind of place where I'm dialoguing with the subconscious, writing, and something comes out on the page, and I realize, oh my goodness, I need to get out of this marriage, or what have you.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's your poetry.
Yeah.
You had such a vibrant career in the 90s, with Peter Gabriel and Lilith Fair, and, a lot of the music you wrote was, it went over in a really big way. What are some of the challenges of having that past, and some of the, how has that been a blessing and a curse, basically, with where you are now?
Yeah. I suppose the curse is overcoming, the small stigmatized compartmentalization that occurs in people, in their minds. Like, no, I'm not just Dawson's Creek, although I'm grateful for that. And I'm not just Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? That's what happens when you have hits.
Yeah.
They become moments in people's minds. There's a lot more, and I think my fans know that, the ones that come out to the shows, and so that's my challenge. It's very hard to have a second career, I'm finding. When you're just starting out, everyone is excited to kind of spread the news about a debut artist, but having a second career, and I really am. I mean, I took an 8-year hiatus from the music business to open people's hearts and minds. Now, I'm 42, and there are very few role models for me, especially as women in the music business. So I can't get discouraged by that, and I do. I get depressed, damn it, and I sometimes
it's hard.
Think about hanging it up,
yeah.
but I can't, because I have this thing that I must do, and it makes me happy, so I just have to keep on with it and be the minority and be enduring it. But
your music keeps evolving and transcending too, which obviously your fans, that's people feel that when they discover your music again, this juncture in your life.
I went on and on about the glass half empty, like the cons, but the pros are there are a multitude of pros and wonderful things that occurred out of, like, even just my memories. Like, I get to grow old with my memories that I had. I had such an amazing trip and ride in the 90s. I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful for seeing the world. I'm grateful, God, for the opportunities it gave me. Even Dawson's Creek, like, it financed me while I was taking care of my asthmatic daughter, and I couldn't work. So there's loads and loads of blessings. So few people are able to do what I do and make a living, and oh my God, I'm so grateful for that. What it comes down to, though, is, like, I share this joy with my fellas on the stage every night, and I'm in it because I love music so passionately, so I'm there for that.
You can see when you're performing,
Yeah.
that it really fills every
Thanks.
part of you. So
Thanks.
And finally, what are your plans for the rest of the year besides kind of touring on Ithaca?
It is so much touring. I mean, November is just touring, and there's Thanksgiving in there.
Yeah, be here before you know it.
Yeah. Gosh, I think I'm just gonna tour, and then I'm gonna land home like some scrambled eggs with my suitcases and nest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sew curtains. That's what I'm gonna do. I bought a sewing machine. I haven't sewed since I was 17 when I took home ec in high school, and I'm kind of psyched to explore that again. Isn't that dorky? But yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it
especially
does.
winter in the Northeast.
You know, I have to cover up my drafty windows. Yeah.
Well, it was such a pleasure talking to you, and thank you so much for coming in for the session. And
Thanks for supporting me. Yeah,
it was
thank
wonderful.
you.
So, good luck on the rest of the tour.
Thank you.
I think that'll do it.
Thank you, everybody.